Hey guys, welcome back to No Catchy Name. It's me, Ella. Today is not Tuesday. I think it's Thursday. But I haven't done a No Catchy Name episode in 2 weeks. Well, a week and a half. So this one's late, but still, I got a lot of things to share with you. So I'm going to go through them. And all the links will be linked below. And all that stuff. So if you have any questions or comments, let me know. Okay, so I have still been market prepping for my big market in October. However, I did sign up for another market. It is in September on the 13th, and it is actually for a local food pantry. It's a charity thing, so all the booth fees go to helping them buy things for the food pantry, and then you know, any money I make, obviously I keep. They're also going to do an auction, what's it called, a silent auction, and they asked every vendor to donate an item towards that, so I'll be picking something out. I haven't figured that out yet to put in that. But anyway, so yeah, so now I'm market prepping for 2. I'm also looking for another market in early November. I have one for the end of November. I'd like to find one in early November and one in December. But I don't know, the December ones are already pretty booked because you have to get those in advance, you know. So I don't know, well, I'll keep looking. But anyway, so all of this actually is market prep stuff except my Halloween blanket that I'm working on. So I'm going to show you everything and talk about it, and all the patterns will be linked below. So first, do the little things that's in front of me. If you watch my 100 Days of Halloween videos, you would have seen most of these, I'm pretty sure. So first, I found this pattern on Instagram. It's a free pattern by Crochet by Beck. And it's a little skeleton. He is so cute. I do want to make some more of these. I've only made the one so far, but I do want to make some more of these. The yarn that I use for this one is actually Sweet Snuggles Light. I have one ball of white, and I hate that yarn. It is so peely. But I've been trying to use it up, so I've been making little ghosts and this little guy, and I want to work through it and use it all up. But he's so cute. His little arms and legs are like chained and knotted. I just think he's so cute. But I do want to make more of these, and I want to make them in different colors. I think that'd be cute to have different color ones. So there's him. And then this one, actually my sister, one of these is going to my sister, and one I'm going to put in my market. This is some sort of Korean thing. I'm not exactly sure. My sister's a big fan of stuff like that. K-pop and all that. It's called Pom Pom Purin. And it's a free pattern on Instagram by iuli.crochets. And she sent it to me, a picture of it, and asked if I could make it for her. Just the crochet part. She's going to do that face. And she's going to do the face also for the other one that I made. So first I made, which one did I make first? This one. I made this one first. I didn't like the way it looked. I followed the pattern exactly, but the head and the arms looked different than the pattern picture. So I sent a picture of it to her, and I was like, I'm not 100% happy with this, so I'm going to redo it. So this one is made with the Yarn Bee yarn, and this is Perfect Chunky Scrap Ball. The next one I made with Stash Girls yarn, and it looks much better. The arms are shorter, the way they're supposed to be, and the head is more round. And what I did is I just took out one of the rounds in the head, and no, I took 2 out of the head and 1 out of the arms to make it look more like the picture. So the face details she's going to do with her Cricut. She's going to make them out of felt. And then I just have to attach them on there. But so this one's going to her. This one is going into my market prep once I get the faces done. There's some little character. This one's called Pom Pom Purin. And there's one called Cinnamon Roll or something like that. I can't remember. Cinnamon Bun, maybe? I don't know. I don't know anything about them. They're similar to maybe like Hello Kitty type stuff. I don't know. But she loves it. So this is hers. This is the other one. But yeah, so I made 2 of those. And then I wanted to make some Poké Balls for my October market. Well, really, you know, any of my markets. But I was making them specifically for the October one. Because there's a lot of kids walking around it. And I made 2 of these last year, and they sold right away. So I did make 4 so far. I might make more. Here's 2 of them. They're made out of burlap blanket yarn. This is by free Instagram pattern by Sushi Stitches. I know I share a lot of Instagram patterns, but it's because I use Instagram a lot. It's a really great resource for free little patterns like this. If you don't have Instagram and you really want one of these patterns, just let me know. I'll screenshot it and email it to you. I've done that plenty of times. But yeah, so I made 4 of the Poké Balls. Then, moving on. Then I needed some little spiders, the little jumping spiders. It's a paid for pattern off of Etsy by Handmade by Nicole. Love this pattern. This is one of those patterns that was way worth the price for it, because I have made and sold so many of them since I bought that pattern. So I grabbed some of my, some of it's Perfect Chunky, some of it's Yarn Bee, something that is very similar to Perfect Chunky. I grabbed some scrap balls I had of it and just made some spiders. They need eyes. I haven't embroidered their eyes yet. But I made this pink one. The only sewing you have to do on this pattern is the back booty ball to the front part. The little legs and the little pinchers are made as you go. So I made a pink one, 2 green ones. Those are Perfect Chunky. These ones are the Yarn Bee yarn. 2 purple and a blue. But the Perfect Chunky and the Yarn Bee yarn are super similar. It's interesting how similar they are. But I made 6 of those. So I do got to embroider their faces, but that's okay. I'll sit down one day and do that too. I have a whole bag of stuff back here that needs faces. So I'll sit down and do that one day. Moving on. Then I wanted to just crochet some of my own stuff. Sometimes you just want to be mindless. So these 2 little ghosts I made out of that Sweet Songles light yarn. I think I made these sitting outside watching the kids play. So I was just mindless, so I made this little ghost. I'm probably going to embroider a smile on him. I'd like to make some more of these too, between now and markets. He's cute. And then I made another little ghost, but a swinging ghost. Now this, I didn't follow a pattern, but this is like based off a pattern. I don't remember what pattern it was, but I made it last year. And I made a few of them last year, and they sold. And then this year I just winged it. You know, I just made my own little tiny ghost, super easy, and a little swing. So I'll probably put a face on him as well. So got those 2 little ghosts. And then my mouse. This is the one I made for the video tutorial. It's got a fuzz on it. They always got fuzzes. So this is out now if you want to go check it out. It's a video tutorial. I now have 15 amigurumi tutorials on my channel. I have a playlist for them, so if you want to go check them out, you can. But yeah, so I made my mouse. My hair's sticking to it. I love my mouse. It's so cute. And I've seen other people's mouse that they made from a pattern, and it's just so cool. It's always cool to see other people's makes when you make a pattern. But I think this is one of my favorite patterns I've designed so far. I don't know. My next tutorial will probably be the loaf cow. I think that'll be the next one I record. I don't know. We'll see when I have time. I've had time to do anything lately. And then the last few things I've been making are some big things. So this is a paper pattern off Etsy by Zero Gravity Crochet. And it's called, I'm fixing the frills. It's called Pebbles Backslottle. I made a big blue one. This is a brat. I think it's a baby blanket because the way it feels. It was like a partially used skein that I bought from a Facebook Marketplace posting. And then the blue here and on the tail is Stashco's. And by the way, I used a J hook, a 6mm for almost all of these, except the little ghosts and the jumping spiders. I believe I used a 5mm H hook for those. But every one of these I've ever made have sold. So I made this blue one. I would like to make another one in more of a more girly color. I like to have at least 2 of things like this at all my markets. Just so, you know, people have options. I love this pattern though. I do switch the tail frills. The pattern has them going this way. I always put them this way because we have a pet axolotl and their frills go this way down the tail and not on the sides. But yeah, it's really cute. It works up super fast. When you first make it, the head seems huge, but then the body, you know, it just all comes together really well. But I love that pattern. I'm glad I got that pattern. And the last things I made that are finished objects are 2 Cthulhus. This is not by Handmade by Nicole. I keep saying that in my other videos. It is Mom Stitch Yeti. And it comes in a 2-pack. It comes with Cthulhu and Mothman, which I've made the Mothman before, and I'm planning on making some more here soon. Maybe today. But I made 2 of the Cthulhus. So they come out pretty good size. Cthulhu, if you don't know, was in a book in the 1920s by a man named Lovecraft, as his last name. You know, he wrote like horror story type stories, and he just created this character. And you know, it's one of those things that just gets popular randomly, you know. So he's not really a cryptid, and he's not really a urban legend because he's from a book, but people usually lump him into cryptid categories along with like Mothman and the Jackalope and Bigfoot and stuff like that. People usually lump him in with stuff like that, even though he's not technically a cryptid, but he's popular either way. Could also be seen as something off of Doctor Who. I don't know what, because I've never seen that show, but I've had some people tell me that it looks like the character off of Doctor Who. And also it reminds me of the guy off David Jones off of Pirates of the Caribbean, because he has those tentacles on his face. I absolutely love that movie, and the way that he talks and stuff in that movie is just, that's like the best Pirates of the Caribbean, I think. Anyways, I digress. It's really cute. It's actually low sew. The only thing you sew is the wings. And the eyes my husband painted for me. I just ordered black 30mm eyes off of not Etsy, Amazon, and he spray paints them and he clear coats them and everything for me. They look nice. So I made these two, and I want to make two of the Mothman. They're the same size. And then I also have a smaller, like half the size of these, of both of those, Mothman and Cthulhu. So I want to try to make some of each of those, but I'm getting low on stuff in, and I can't buy any more until I have a market, because I don't want to spend regular house money on stuff like that. Does that make sense? Anyways, so yeah. Anyways, that next market is coming up in about 23 days, I think. So I'll get stuff out of that. Oops, I just threw him in the floor. So my last whip, I will show you my whip. If I can get my, it's attached to 3 different balls of yarn. Is the center square for my Sardar Halloween crochet along. It is the graph part of it. I hate doing graphs. I keep forgetting how much I hate doing graphs until I try to do one. And I hate it. But it's looking good. It's curling. But I got treat in the bottom of the cauldron. And just a little bit of the stuff coming out of the cauldron. So the word or will be on the cauldron and trick will be above it. So I'm a little under halfway done. There's 83 rounds, or not rounds, rows, and I'm on 40 something. It's less than 40 something. I don't know. I have like 50 rounds to go. Whatever that is. But it's looking pretty good. The back is not that good. So I was doing a really good job at doing just floats, because I don't like carrying my yarn under my stitches because you could see it through the front. So I do floats always. And I've gotten pretty good at, these are all ends. I've gotten pretty good at doing floats over the years from doing them. But then up here when it got to the cauldron feet, I was just getting frustrated. So I just started snipping the yarns. So this is going to have to be backed, but that's okay. This blanket I'm making for me. I will probably enter it to the fair next year. I'm hoping to enter the fair next year. I haven't done it since 2022, maybe 2021. It's been a while. And I've missed it. I love entering the fair. So this I'll be able to enter into the fair next year. So I'm looking forward to that. But I think it looks good. I was working on this yesterday throughout the day in like 3 different increments, so it takes a little bit of concentration. But I was working on it while watching my movie for my 100 Days of Halloween, and there's sections that's harder than other sections. Like coming up in the cauldron is going to be a little bit more difficult spot, because it's going to be, I think, 3 different color changes all in a row. Right now I have 3 yarns attached. Black, purple, and yellow. I usually do bobbins when I do stuff like this, but this time I was just trying to do it without bobbins. Because I don't like it when they're all like hanging around. But anyways, I still think it's coming out pretty good, even though I hate doing it. So for this crochet along, I'm using worsted weight yarns, mostly Red Heart and Mainstays. And I'm using a 5mm hook, which is H hook. So mine is coming out bigger than the pattern says because of that. I think the pattern's written in a DK yarn and a 4mm hook, maybe. I can't remember. But it's coming along. I'm happy with it. I'm a little behind because I'm working on week 4. Week 5 just came out, and it's like you attach to this part when it's done and work around it. It's really cool, like blood splatter. And then I still haven't finished all of week 3. I still need to make all the appliques to put on this right here, on the squares. But I'm you know, that's not in a rush to do that. So I'll do that at some point, just not right now. But yeah. Anyways, I wanted to get this graph over with because this is the one that I was dreading the most. If I was the person putting out the blanket, I would have put them out in this order. I would have put out week 4 and 5, 2, 3, 1, 6 is how I would have released it. Because I would have done the graph first, and then the part around the graph. And then I would put out the little squares and the little border around the little squares, which is 3 and 4. Then I would put out week 1, which was the big squares. And then I would have put out the last week, which is week 6, which is the border. That's the order I would put them out, because I would have been working from the inside of the blanket out. And in my brain, that just works better. Like if I ever make this blanket again, which I don't think I ever will, but if I ever do, I'm going to do it in that order. I'm going to do weeks 4, 5, 2, 3, 1, 6. Because I feel like that's going out of the center of the blanket instead of the outside of the blanket, the center of the blanket, and then the outside of the blanket. I don't know. It's just confusing. But the hardest part, I think, is the graphs so far. And it's just because I don't like doing the graphs. The blanket in a whole has been super easy, though, as a whole. I'm looking forward to the border. I can't wait to do the border. I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, that's everything. That's all stuff I've been working on the last week and a half. I am going to be working on some more market prep, but like I said, I'm almost out of fiber fill, and I don't want to buy any until I make market money. So, yeah, I'll have to... What I'll do is after I run out of fiber fill, I'm going to work on this. I'm going to work on my cross stitching, because I started cross stitching. I'll show that to you. And also, I've got my candy corn yarn up here I want to start a cardigan with. Here's my cross stitching. Woo! It's the bottom of a candy corn. It's 3 colors already, and it took me like 4 hours to do that. It's a lot slower than I thought it was going to be, but I am enjoying it. It's this little candy corn here on this sheet. I can't wait to make the cauldron and the witch hat, but I'm going to have to because it's going to be forever. So I'm going to be, once I run out of fiber frame, I'm going to work on that. My starter blanket, maybe that cardigan, and I also got this kit from Hirschner's that is felt Halloween ornaments. So I have things to work on. Plus sewing. I want to start on Christmas bags. I know it's kind of funny because it's not even fall yet, but you know, you got to work before the seasons. And I do have bags in the shop if you want to check them out. I have them in a plastic bag. Here they are though. There are totes in here. There are notion pouches and drawstring bags. Some are set, some aren't. There's also still like 50 stitch markers in the shop and buttons. If you want to check those out, it's always linked below. No pressure though. And I will be working on Christmas stuff for the shop soon. I already made some Christmas stitch markers. I want to make some more though. And bags, of course. I have a bunch of Christmas fabric on hand, but it's all kind of vintagey, retro-y kind of stuff. So I do want to try to get to a fabric store and get some more modern looking Christmas prints, if that makes any sense. I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah, so I got a list of stuff that I want to do for the Etsy shop for Christmas stuff. So it'll probably be a variety of bags plus stitch markers. But anyways, I'm gonna hop off here now. I'm gonna go crochet a little bit before the kids start waking up. And today's Thursday, so what am I doing today? I don't know. I need to go get some groceries because we're kind of low on some things, but I don't want to. I gotta go to the post office at some point. I'll probably go tomorrow because I have like 4 packages I need to pick up and I have some orders to drop off. So if you want to order anything from the Etsy shop, today would be a good day to do it because I'll be dropping them off tomorrow. But yeah, I guess that's it. What am I gonna make for dinner tonight? I was gonna make pork chops, but I don't know if I'm gonna go grocery shopping later. I need to make something a little bit easier. I don't know. I have this stuff to make tacos. I always have stuff to make tacos. We also have a bunch of freezer stuff that's just easy, you know, chicken strips and things. There's a stupid gnat in here. I hate gnats. I don't know. Let me know what you're making for dinner because I have no idea what I'm making for dinner. But we'll figure it out. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Anyways, I'm gonna hop off here. If you have any questions, comments, let me know. And everything will be linked below that I talked about. And I'll see you guys in another video. Bye, guys.